Welcome to the news beginning today, September 7 in Africa and the world. The 57th Ordinary Session of the Authority of Head of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, is taking place today, September 7, in Niamey, Republic of Niger. The meeting will be devoted to the political and security situation of the region. Holding at the Mahatma Gandhi International Conference Center in Niamey, leaders will equally consider report from the 44th Ordinary Session of Mediation and Security Council at the ministerial level and the 84th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Council of Ministers, which preceded the summit, among others. Mali, which is part of this body, has however been suspended temporarily from the body's activity following the August 18 coup. The heads of state are set to take stock of the situation and welcome the departure of former President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, who is currently in the United Arab Emirates for medical attention. While speculations are ongoing if ECOWAS leaders will lessen the embargo, analysts say if ECOWAS must radically change, it will be under the condition that the junta must accept a transition of not more than a year. Guinea presidentials, the main opposition challenger Cellou Diallo has accepted the nomination of his UFDG party to oppose President Alpha Condé, who is seeking a third-term bid in October 18 election despite protests from the opposition, who says it's unconstitutional. Diallo, 69, in a statement said he is running for the presidential election so that Alpha Condé will lose at the ballot box. President Alpha Condé, nearing the end of his second and final 5-year spell in office this year, pushed through a revamped constitution that opponents say was crafted to reset the term counter. Condé and Diallo faced off in 2010 in Guinea's first free national election, which Condé won with a promise for democratic and economic progress. Diallo is expected by his party supporters to be Condé's toughest opposition after Sidia Touré, who came third in the 2010-2015 elections, said he would not participate in this year's election. Constant flood in Sudan that has so far killed 99 people this year has prompted Sudan's Security and Defense Council to declare a national state of emergency for 3 months. In addition to the deaths, floods this year have injured 46 people, inflicted damage on more than 500,000 people, and caused the total and partial collapse of more than 100,000 homes, according to the Sudanese Minister of Labor and Social Development. Sudan's rainy season begins in June and continues through to October. A committee warned over the weekend that the country may face more rains in the coming days, adding that the water level in the Blue Nile rose to a record 17.58 meters. To prepare for the challenges ahead, the Suna Council has announced the formation of a Supreme Committee headed by the Ministry of Labor and Social Development to deal with the ramifications of the floods for the fall of the year 2020. Over to Nigeria, international flights resume on September 5th after shutting down flights on March 24 following the coronavirus outbreak. This is also taking place after the initial date, August 29, was shifted. In a tweet, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority showed the flight's timetable. The aviation agency said a maximum of 200 passengers is allowed in each flight. Passengers coming in from the country are required to carry a document that certifies they tested negative for the virus. The country, as of this report, confirmed over 53,000 cases with over 48,000 recoveries and 1,010 deaths reported, according to an update by the National Center for Disease Control. Moving out of the African continent, the leaders of Kosovo and Serbia are back in Brussels today, September 7, to resume EU-hosted talks on improving diplomatic relations. The meeting is holding days after a White House brokered agreement to normalize economic ties. The breakthrough pact between the Balkan neighbors includes opening up rail and road transit and a focus on job creation, but it falls short of a mutual recognition. The Balkan analyst Dode Bojovic said the Washington talks were more about President Donald Trump securing a foreign policy win ahead of November's presidential election than at securing settlement between Kosovo and Serbia. Contrarily, he added Brussels-led meeting is focused on how the two states can continue on the path to European Union membership, even if the goal of full recognition is still a very long way off. Protests in Belarus continue to rise as tens of thousands of protesters stage a peaceful new march on Sunday, keeping the pressure on the tough man Alexander Lukashenko, who has refused to quit after his disputed re-election. People from all walks of life came out into the street and marched in a show of defiance. Many held red and white flags and placards with a band beat drum and played other instruments. The opposition leader, who fled to Lithuania, will meet this Wednesday with the Polish Prime Minister in Warsaw. Tikhanovskaya will also take part in a special meeting of representatives of Belarusian people living in Poland. She has insisted she is open to discussing the situation in her country with all parties. This tension in the country comes after the opposition leader said she won the vote of presidential election, but Lukashenko's security forces have detained thousands of protesters, many of whom accused police of beatings and torture, and several people have died in the crackdown. That was it for today. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again, do take care and stay safe in the company of programs on TBS Television.